everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Tara with Mayhem Crafty Cards, and today I'm going to be showing you guys some new products that I purchased from Miss Ink Stamps and showing you how I put together this super cute little card. Now, as a hairdresser, I thought this was hilarious. I had seen one of their lives and she was showing the stamp set, so I knew that I had to have it. So I am going to be showing you guys some of the stuff that I purchased along with this stamp set and how to put this card together. So stay tuned and I will show you guys all the products that I got. Welcome to my desk. I purchased a few products from Miss Ink Stamps, and one of the first products I picked up was the Stuck Duck, which was hilarious. So I'm going to go ahead and read you guys the sentiments that come along with this. So we have silence is golden, duct tape is silver, this is how I roll, what do you mean duct tape can't fix it? Just roll with it. Best friends give you duct tape, rope, and a shovel and don't ask questions. Duct tape can't fix stupid, but it can muffle the sound. Life status, which pertains to me, currently holding it all together with duct tape. Hilarious. And then the last one was for the man who can fix anything. So that was the Stuck Duck stamp set, which I love this. As soon as I seen this, I knew I had to have it. If you haven't already, go check out missinkStamps.com. They have some really fantastic products, and they're very unique. You don't really see them in every craft shop. So the next one I got was the Potion Bottles Layering Stamp Set. Now I love this because, or not stamp set, I'm sorry, stencil set. I love this because I love layering stencils. They're super easy to use. It kind of takes some of the guesswork out and you're just inking up your paper. I love this one for Halloween for some science-y cards. It does come with some little bubbles for your little potion bottles, but I cannot wait to use this one for Halloween. I also picked up the Flames it's Flame Stencil. I keep wanting to say die, but Flame Stencil, and I really like this one. This is cut very uniquely, where it is a layering stencil, but it's all on one piece, which is, I really enjoy that, because then I'm not fumbling through a couple different stencil sets. And each one of the stencils, especially the potion bottles, is etched, so you'll be able to line them up very easily. The next one I got was it was my free one, and as soon as I seen this hexagon, I immediately thought of little spiders. I cannot wait to use this, which I will be using this very soon to make a Halloween inspired type card. Now, Halloween is one of my favorite holidays. I love not just dressing up, but decorating. I love making cards. I don't always send them out, but I do enjoy making them. So this one, I can totally see little spiders hanging down from the centers, and with a background paste, it just will look so good. So the stamps and stencil that I'm going to be using for this card, which I really love, is the Llama Love. And I seen this in a live, and I knew, because I do hair, that I had to have this. I mean, the clippers alone were hilarious. So I used the little baldy llama along with one of the little llamas that were just kind of like laying around to put this card together. I did use the Perspective Floor stencil. Now, I really, really like this stencil. It gives me the option of laying down any type of floor, and it actually looks like a floor without you having to do 10,000 steps. So I did shift after I laid my stencil on my cardstock. And you can do this in portrait or landscape. Either way, the stencil works great. So I used Jujubee by Taylor Expressions for my bricks, because I wanted them to have kind of like a, little area where they were just kind of hanging out. So I used Jujubee by Taylor Expressions to ink blend my bricks. And then what I'm going to do after I get my color laid down, and I did lay it heavier in some areas than others because I wanted it to look like there was a little bit of texture to it, I shifted my stencil. Now, I didn't cut out a lot of my video because I kind of wanted you guys to see the process sometimes, because it's not just always, simply cut and dry. So I shifted my stencil just a little bit, just to give those bricks just to give a shadow underneath the bricks. Now I did go ahead and stamp color and cut out my llamas, and I used the Tim Holtz distressed crayons. I'm sorry, distressed watercolor pencils. I used Lost Shadow for my gray sheep and Hickory Smoke. And then I used a little bit of Marigold for his ears. And then for the little sheep, I used, believe it or not, Fire Brick and Rusty Hinge. Those went so well together. I was very surprised. And a little bit of tea dye. For the clippers, I did still use the Lost Shadow and the Hickory Smoke because I wanted them to have that metallic look to them. For my basket, I did again use Hickory Smoke and the Lost Shadow. I tried to keep my pencils to a minimum just so that you can see, like, you don't have to have a lot of stuff to put some of these cards together. Now for the basket, I used Gather Twigs, Rusty Hinge, and Fire Brick. And I really, really love this combination and will probably be using this a lot more. My paper is the Canson watercolor paper, but I've used these pencils on other non-watercolor papers, and they still blend so nicely. Now, one thing I would do differently is I would probably pick up some mini action wobblers. I only had like this regular small size, and you can cut those down. Like, you don't have to use the whole wobbler. So I did have to cut a little piece down to make it fit behind my little guy that's holding the clippers. What I did was with the clippers, I went ahead and glued part of the cord behind him before I placed that action wobbler. Now I would also add white gel pens just to add a little bit of highlight to those areas, and probably, because I usually do this, add a little bit of sparkle to my clippers. So I really like this stamp set. I'm going to go ahead and read you guys the sentiments from this because I did not do that before. So for this stamp set, the sentiments are: sending a whole llama love. Hope you have a llama amazing day. Nothing to see here. There's one in every herd. Spit happens, and woolly awesome mail. And there are some super fun accessory pieces to add to your llamas. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 llamas in this set. So you have a lot of options and a lot of different ways you can use this stamp set. I just, of course, being a hairdresser, I had to use the clippers because it was just too funny. And the sentiment that I used was nothing to see here and spit happens. Because it reminded me of when little kids, toddlers, find the clippers or the scissors and they cut their brother or sister's hair. And they just deny it, that's what it reminds me of. So I was very happy with everything that I have purchased from Missing Stamps. You guys will have to check it out. She's got a lot of very unique products in her shop. Stuff that I have not seen before. And if you know me, I have way too many things. But who doesn't if you're making cards and you're a crafter? Like, we all have so many things. So, yeah, make sure you check it out. A lot of unique stencils, stamps. I love the punny stamps. They always crack me up. And who doesn't need a laugh and a smile when they get, a card like that in the mail? So, like I said, I did put the action wobbler behind the little llama just because I feel like he would be the culprit to shave him down. So, I really enjoyed putting this card together. I used very minimal supplies just because I wanted to show you that you don't have to have a ton of supplies to make an awesome card. So yeah, make sure you check out Missing Stamps. I'll link everything down below. And if you haven't already, subscribe and like this video. I have some really big goals for 2026, and I will be sharing that in another video. But I'm going to be trying to go live at least once a week. That is going to push me outside of my box. And I really enjoy interacting with people. Like 9 times out of 10, I craft alone in my little crafty room watching YouTube. So I really want to start doing more lives and, getting outside of that box. And you'll have to excuse the first couple ones because they are awkward, which is okay. I don't mind being awkward or admitting that I'm awkward. And so yeah, go ahead and check that out. Stay tuned for more videos. Like I said, I have big goals for 2026. Mostly big goals for myself. I am trying to really expand and push myself to do crafts and things that I just wouldn't have done before. I have been participating in craft roulette. I have been, doing more card sketches and a couple of my little planner books. So I am really, really trying to push myself this year to not only do better, but put myself out there a little bit more, because as you guys know, like, that's hard to do. So yeah, I will be doing another video talking about my 2026 goals. And be sure to check out Missing Stamps, because like I said, I think she's got a lot of unique products that you just don't see everywhere else. And I am very excited to, create with the products that I have. And I didn't make a huge order. I grabbed a couple things that I thought that I would really enjoy and, go from there. But I have been so pleasantly surprised. These stamp so nicely on the first stamp. Like, you see me use a stamp block to put my sentiments in, and I never do that. I always use my Misty. So yeah, stay tuned to the channel. Lots of exciting things are going to be happening. Like I said, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe and like this video. You can also follow me on Instagram. Everything that I use will be down in the description box, including all my socials. But yeah, just stay tuned, because I'm excited for 2026. So until next time, guys, I hope you all have a fantastic week, and I will see you again soon.